Hey everybody, and welcome back to Baking with Joy. Tonight we're going to be making a super easy, fast treat. If you like Reese cups, you'll like this treat. We're going to make peanut butter balls tonight, and I know this is a holiday favorite. People make this at Christmas. But I actually made some last week and was wanting to do one for a video. I actually made some last week for a sample tray for a lady that's getting me to do her party favors for her wedding reception. So these are very popular. Some people may call them peanut butter buckeyes. But we're just going to call them peanut butter balls because we're going to coat the whole peanut butter ball in chocolate. And it's really easy to do if you've never made them before. So to start with, I have 1 whole stick of softened butter and a 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter. Now, I think some people may make a different version of these peanut butter balls. I think there's some that they put Rice Krispies or something crispy in, but I like just the creamy version. You probably could use crunchy peanut butter, but I've got Jif right here, and you want a good, dependable brand of peanut butter for this because you want that good, strong peanut butter taste to these. And as far as dipping them, I have, let's see here. I've got this chocolate flavored candy coating. I've got also the vanilla. You could also dip them in, white chocolate as well as the milk chocolate or the dark chocolate. You could use chocolate chips. I also have some Ghirardelli white vanilla flavored mountain wafers. Either one is good. If you use chocolate chips, to me, it's from my personal experience, if you want to dip them in melted chocolate chips, it's a little bit harder to deal with. I've never had good luck with chocolate chips. They want to clump up on me. But I think you would add some shortening or coconut oil to it to make it just melt a little smoother. But we're going to be using the little squares of candy coating is what I'm going to be using. But like I said, a 1/2 stick of softened butter and about a 1/2 cup of creamy Jif peanut butter. And to this, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla. And we'll set that aside. Now what we want to do right now is just combine the two. Gorgeous. Okay, everybody, I apologize for that noise there, mixing it up. But you can mix it on low speed. I had it on just a little bit of higher speed, so it was a little bit of noise there. But anyway, if you can see how creamy your butter and your peanut butter is mixed up. Now, the only other thing that we're going to do to this is add us 2 cups of powdered confectionery sugar in here. And that is our last step. So I keep my powdered sugar in this big plastic container. Okay, so I'm going to get this powdered sugar mixed in with my peanut butter and butter mixture, and we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we've got our peanut butter mixture mixed up, and I got a sheet of parchment paper on this cookie sheet here. So I'm going to roll them out and roll them up into balls, and once I get them rolled up into balls, we're going to put them in the freezer for a little bit and let them firm up before we dip them. But I actually have a few left over from last week that I froze, and I will immediately dip those in my melted chocolate, and I'll show you what we do next. Okay, so you just want to pinch it off a little bit and roll it, and they roll really well. You don't want to get them, you can make them actually as big as you would like, but they really work best when you just, I'm going to say maybe a tablespoon. And of course, you're gonna after a while, they're gonna start sticking to your fingers. But you could dust your fingers with a little powdered sugar would help. But I'm just gonna roll out a few. Just so you get the idea. And a lot of people, may use toothpicks to dip them. You don't have to do that. I just use a fork to coat mine. A fork works better than a spoon because that way the excess chocolate can have a chance to drip off a little bit. Okay, everybody, this is what you do, and you're just going to want to continue rolling till you get your cookie sheet filled, and then you'll just transfer it in the freezer. And once I get this all rolled out and transferred to the freezer, we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we're back, and I got my peanut butter balls rolled out, ready to put in the freezer to firm up. And altogether, this recipe will make about 38 to 40 balls. And like I said, it just depends on how big you make them. You can make them small or as big as you want. They do best, I believe, if you just make them kind of semi-small like this. I think I got one just a little bit bigger. But anyway, we're going to transfer this over to the freezer. And on this parchment paper, I had in a little container some left over from the recipe that I dipped last week for the party favors. So I've got about 9, but I'm going to melt my chocolate. And I've got probably about a square of this chocolate candy coating left in this little bowl. That I just put in the refrigerator so I wouldn't waste it, that I had left over after I dipped last week. So I'm going to add actually a couple of more squares, I do believe, in here. So I'm going to add that and this. And if you have any chocolate left over, you can store it in the refrigerator because you can remelt it. But anyway, we're going to melt this at 30-minute intervals in the microwave till I get it at a smooth consistency. And we're going to dip these balls here. And I'm going to show you what they look like. And we'll be right back as soon as I get my chocolate melted. Okay, everybody, we're back. And as you can see, my chocolate melted really smooth. I had about a square left here in my bowl, and I added 2 little squares. But you can just eyeball how much you think you'll need. And of course, I may have to heat up, melt some more for these that we're going to be putting in the freezer here. But all you have to do is just dump it in there like that. Get it coated good and then shake off the excess. And let it drip through your fork. And like I said, the fork works best other than a spoon. So you can add 2 at a time. And just tap it on the side of your bowl there. And after I get these dipped, we'll be back and take a taste test. Okay, everybody, we're back. And my peanut butter balls have been dipped. And I did dip a few before I put them in the freezer. And if you can tell the difference, they do dip better when you freeze them. So I would recommend definitely to either put them in the refrigerator or the freezer and let them firm up until you dip them. They just dip smoother. They did do good though before I put them in the freezer to firm them up. I just dipped a few of those, and as you can see, they want to make little holes, but they're still pretty and shiny. But we're going to do a taste test, and my cameraman wants to do the taste test. So actually, both of us will do them, and I'll get his input on it, and I'll just give him this peanut butter ball to taste, and I will taste this one here.
Those are
delicious.
Superb.
If you can see how creamy they are, better than a Reese cup ever could be. If you like peanut butter, then you'll love these peanut butter balls. And everybody, I'm so glad you could join me for this quick little treat. Little treat recipe tonight.